Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with us. It's JB, super pumped that you're here. It is the 15th of January, episode number 5211. I'm really excited to get going this week because we got a lot of things planned for you as we're working our plan and as we continue to delve into living our best life. I mean, that's what it's about. And, you know, I appreciate you taking the time to dedicate to your own personal development, to you growing, because it's one of those things that in the world that we're losing a little bit. And if we could just get other people kind of on this path of positivity and growth and learning new skills, you know, the world just is a better place. And I appreciate you for being in it. And with that being said, we got a big week. So as we get into this, remember, let's start with our 7 Ps. Let's start with having the proper perspective this week. Let's make sure we set our priorities today using our planner, which we have. Let's focus on improved performance. Let's have patience to allow things to work. Let's get our posture and have great posture today. Stay present and then persist. That's the key. If we continue to work at it, it's amazing what will happen as we continue to move forward. So this week we've got planned for you. We're going to talk about sticking with it. This is a time when people start ghosting on their personal development, on their New Year's resolutions. I'm not a huge New Year's resolutions person, right? Because we've got planning that goes beyond that. But there's a lot of people that are, and so they set these New Year's resolutions, and now all of a sudden they start to ghost on it. And I'll explain that. That's what the kids say. When you ghost, you disappear, right? But we want to stick with it. And so we're going to talk about that today. Tomorrow, we've got our book study, The 4 Agreements. We went old school. I love this book. We're going to do chapters 3 and 4. Wednesday, we've got our metaphysical day. We're going to talk about small steps, 1% improvement. For those of you that have been with me 19 years, remember this is how we started. We started with 1% improvement, and we're continually doing those things. Thursday, we've got Ask JB. And again, I've got this question on the consistency area in the planner. So we're going to spend some time on that and why that's so important. On Friday, we're going to talk about sticking with the basics and understanding what gives you the most ROI from your prosperity and abundance standpoint. That's going to be a great show. Make sure you tune into that one. Saturday, of course, we got Dr. Paul, and he's doing his longevity series. It's been great, and he's coming into episode 3. He's going to talk about longevity frontiers, exploring cutting-edge research, and living longer. And we want that, right? I love health, and I love Dr. Paul being here on Saturdays. Then Sunday, letting go and forgiving and finding hope, which is so important. So we've got a really important week plan. I want to thank you for allowing me to miss last Monday because I did get a little bit of the flu, which is unusual. I don't get sick often, but I did. And we ended up launching the companion on Thursday. And it's going great. It is full beta. But it really is an awesome tool once you start using it. And basically, there's 4 pillars here now. We've got the Coach Cast that's been around for 19 years, episode 5211. Which really is rocking. We got the planner, which is really community-driven. Everybody's been a part of that, helping us get it better and better. And so you got your Coach Cast that works with the plan. Now we've got the companion, which is a leg of the table. So you've got 3 strong legs there, which now you can get some feedback on your plan. Take a picture of that plan, send it in, and get that done. And finally, the 4th leg is really the community. Because we've got so many amazing people around the world, we're growing. It's exciting to have the growth that we had. I believe we were like 140 new members over the last few weeks, and it's people all over the world who are just really awesome. So that community is so great. And why are those things so important? Because it helps you stick with it. When you have those pillars, you have the Coach Cast that I do every single day. We have the plan that you sit down and do in the morning as part of your morning routine. Now you have the companion, which gives you some feedback, and more importantly, has some mindfulness activities that make you stop and slow down and think about your prioritization during the day. And then you have obviously the wonderful community of people that are there, that are, by your side when you fall back. Believe me, I'll have some mistakes. I've made some mistakes this year already. I mean, I started the year off, didn't feel really good, went outside in my Florida clothes when it was freezing out here. I got sick. It was stupid. It was on me, right? I'm going to forgive myself, but the truth is I will make mistakes, and having the community and people that are here help me get back up and do it. So we want to get focused in on doing things, and we've got everything here for you now. I mean, we've got the plan. Obviously, the companion's in beta. We're still working on some things, but it's there for you. By the way, if you're new, don't get overwhelmed with all this. I'm putting the onboarding. We've got an onboarding email series. It's up to 17 days, even though we're up to 8 days, right? And I'm building out 17 days. That is now in your Morning Coach portal. So if you go to morningcoach.com and you scroll down, you're going to see that onboarding process, and you can just take it day by there if you don't want to do the email series. And if you're like me, you might want to do 2 days at once. I'm building those out, so we still got some time to do. I think we got 8 days in there, but at least you can get the basic structure of what you should be doing by onboarding one task at a day. So that's in your Morning Coach portal. If you log in, go to your library and go Morning Coach, you'll see it there, Morning Coach membership. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see that, and the videos are right there and the information, and you can just take it step by step so you don't feel overwhelmed. Like I said, people have been doing this for 19 years. There's a lot of components to the system. You don't have to do everything. A lot of people just listen to CoachCast, but you can listen to CoachCast, you can do the planning, you can do the companion, and you can do the community, and you have that structure in place, which is, you can't find it anywhere else in the world. But we want to stick with it. We don't want to ghost on this. And it makes me sad when I see somebody quit, right? And they do. There's people that quit, one, because maybe they get overwhelmed or they're not willing to put the time in. They don't want to do the plan, or they just don't like me, right? And that's okay. I'm cool with that. But it always makes me sad when I see somebody that's committed and isn't getting the instantaneous results that they want. Because in this planning and in this structure of what we do, we call it get it done now, right? A lot of times you're not going to get instantaneous results. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. There are times when you win the lottery and things do happen. But for most of us, it takes time. And we overestimate what we can do in a little bit of a time. You're like, oh, I found this system. It's great. I'm all excited about it. We got this optimism that's really good. It's uninformed. You don't really know what it's going to take. And then as you start working in the system, you're like, wow, JB's got the CoachCast, we got the planner, but now I got to sit down and do a little bit of work. And you get this pessimism. And so it's like, oh, I'll go find the next thing that's really easy. And you go find something else. And you just keep switching system to system to system. That's one of the things that you can't do. And it drives me crazy because I see a lot of people, especially on our trials, right, that come in and try it out. And that's what they're doing. You know, they're going from system to system to system. And they just won't find that success that they want. And I don't care if it's my system, right? I don't care if it's our system. And realistically, this is a community-driven system. For years, I started it, right? But now this is a community. You know, we've got people that are really bringing things to the table. It's no longer about me. I'm just the messenger. We've got a community here that's just really bringing things together. But I see people that just get into a system, right? And stick with it. Stop changing. Stop ghosting that system. Again, you go to the gym right now is a great example, and you'll see the gyms are full. The gyms will be full for the next month. By this time next month, they'll be empty. I mean, people have been giving up on their stuff, and they'll be moving on, and they just aren't committed to the success that they have. And it's sad because it's self-sabotage. And they're self-sabotaging, on themselves. And believe me, I self-sabotage too. There are times when I started a non-alcoholic. By the way, there's 2 new circles in the community. That's where we talk. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the video on our mobile apps, go into the onboarding and watch that because you're going to see how to use this even more. But one of the ones I started was an NA group, non-alcoholic group, because it's one of the areas that I'm working on. But then as I put that out there, I found more people are working on it because that's my self-sabotage. I'll go out with my buddies who drink too much. And people say, oh, JB, but it's fine. No, it's not fine. I want to stick with it. I have massive goals. I have huge things going on. I got to get my Florida place done. I want to get the retreat center there. I want to get an airplane. Those are not simple tasks. These are things that I have to work a lot at. And people say, well, you got to have fun. But that is fun to me. Having success is fun to me. Getting drunk with my buddies seems like fun, but you wake up the next day and you're 3 days or a week behind where you should be. To me, that's not fun. So I'm committed to that this year. So I created that group, and you want to jump in there, it's great. I'm not saying you have to. There's a lot of people that enjoy drinking. For me, I get sick. It just doesn't work for me. You have to figure out for you what is best for you. And I think that's what's important about our structure. That's why I say it's community driven more than about me, because everybody's dealing with something else. Everybody's dealing with something that you have that I don't have. But we have the tools and the systems and the flexibility inherently in the system to help you stay consistent. And to me, that's what's exciting. When I talk about my problems, you don't have to relate with the problems I have. There's a lot of great things going on. And I'm trying to really kill it, right? I've got some things going on. I want to change the world because my big mission is to give everything I own away to animals. I want to create huge nonprofit shelters in Colombia, United States, all over the world, and help the shelters that are out there now. In order to do that, I got to generate lots of money, and so I've got to be on my game constantly. I can't afford to do what happened last week, was get a little sick, right? And so in order to do that, I've got to work on my health. I'm working with Dr. Paul, who you listen to on Saturdays, getting my blood work done. I'm really dialing it in because I want to make a difference. Now, I'm not saying you have to get that OCD, but I do want to tell you that it's time to get after it. Do you really want to live your dream, or do you just want to play normal? And it's okay to play normal. A lot of people do. But I'm going to tell you, if you're here, more than likely you don't want to play normal. You're ready to use tools and systems to get yourself over the hump, and we've got that for you. And what are some things you need to do? Well, two of them are, one, establishing a proper morning routine. That's critical. And we have one where we say, hey, do some self-care. Listen to CoachCast. That's important, right? Get that morning routine working. Listen to CoachCast. Get your plan in place. If you're brand new, slowly build your plan. It's okay if you don't have all the structure. Just start prioritizing your day. Start getting used to the things we're doing. Start playing with the companion a little bit so you're getting some feedback there. And then if you want to, get involved in the community. You get that morning routine going, all of a sudden you're setting your day up for success. You're creating some things that are happening energetically that you don't even realize metaphysically. From a practical standpoint, left brain, great, you're getting structure. From the right brain, metaphysical kind of woo area, you're putting the energy in the place that you need to put it, that it's going to allow things to come into your life. So that's going to be very important. And you heard me say the first thing about that, self-care. Really critical. Not a lot of people are doing that. And then the other one, which for me has been critical, is evening routine. Now we're putting up some new evening coaches up in the portal, which are some things where you can listen, for meditation, subliminals to go to sleep. But even for me, more than that is to start journaling. So I read a little bit as part of my evening routine, and I journal every night. And it's just a let go journal. And it's keeping me from that anxiety in the evening. And so for me to stay consistent, to not ghost, I need to keep the morning routine solid and the evening routine solid. It just is what it is. Those are the two things I need. You may not need that, but we've got it here for you if you do. I want to keep things so simple because it's very complex. I get it. The things we do are complex, but it's very simple. Get up, listen to CoachCast, organize your day. Go to bed, write something in your journal, and try to listen to something positive. Wayne Dyer, who was a friend of mine before he passed away, said, that last 5 minutes before you go to bed is critical. Visualize in those last 5 minutes. So you make time for that. Make time for you. This is the most important thing, is you, not anybody else. But yet many of us, especially here at MorningCoach, in this community, give so much that we forget about ourselves. And so I'm going to be with you. It's why I started this 5,211 episodes ago. It was because I knew it was a necessary thing that was needed. We needed someplace where people could come and be consistent and could work on themselves and knew there was a place they could go. And even if they do fall down and leave for a month, if they come back, we will be here. And I say we now. It's not a mouse in my pocket. It's a community of people that are supporting you to live your life. It's been my dream to see what this is becoming. And it's finally becoming something so special. And it's all about us being critical thinkers, coming together and just supporting each other. That's what this is about. And giving you a productive system to move you forward. Years ago, I started this when I did my PhD in metaphysics to help change the consciousness of the planet. I really wanted to make a difference out there. And in learning over 19 years and doing this every day, I realized that we just need systems. We all do. We need systems of positivity to combat the negativity that's in the world. We need systems that we can build our belief again. And we can do it day by day. And when we fall down or we get sick or something happens, that somebody's there for you, that you're not alone. And that's what MorningCoach is about. That's what it is for me. And I want to do it for you. And so you don't have to ghost. You can stick with it. But I'm telling you, you need to stick with it. You got to give it a year. Hang in there for the year with me. Why would you leave? Let's do this together. Hang in there with a community. And I know it's hard at the beginning. It's hard to jump in there. You're shy. I get it. But we've got everything you need if you're willing to put the time and the energy in. If you're willing to commit to the system and just show up. Show up in the morning for yourself. Listen to something positive. Get yourself in alignment with your dreams. Work the plan. Start using our companion now that's in beta that we're so excited about. And get involved in the community. You do those things, success is knocking on your door. And you're going to realize one of the most beautiful things in the world is not only your success, it's seeing other people successful. It's helping others achieve their dreams. When you start to do that, you start to see something that even Maslow had on the hierarchy needs even higher, which was a conscious evolution of a spiritual being that is altruistic and making a difference in the world. I know we all fall down in different areas. Sometimes we need to figure out the finances. Sometimes we need to figure out our own problems. But the truth is, as we grow and develop, there's something to be said about helping each other achieve. And that's the dream, and that's what we're doing. And man, I appreciate you being a part of it. So go out there and start this week with joy, with passion, and know you're not alone. You've got a place to be, and we're here to help you get there. We're going to help each other. So go do it to it with love. I'll see you tomorrow as we get into our book study. Today, stick with it and don't ghost. Hey, thanks for listening to the end. This is the free Monday Morning Coach, Monday Motivational one. You want to join us? Head over to morningcoach.com. You heard what we're doing. And there's nothing like it in the world. We'd love to have you, but you got to jump over there and hit that join now button. So head over to morningcoach.com, join now, and you can get the rest of the shows this week, plus so much more. We'll see you over at morningcoach.com.